recording, and I'm excited to hang out with you over the next hour and a half or so to talk about how replens can boost your sales and profits. Because over the years, my Amazon business has kind of morphed, and I have landed on what I think is the crucial strategy of running an Amazon FBA business to make a full-time income. And that is the strategy of focusing on replens. Now, before we even get into what replens are and everything, I have a few gifts for you. I want to make sure if you don't have this yet, you have it. If you want my book, Seller Central Tips, it is a ebook. It's free for you. It's all about reimbursements, refunds, how to correct other Amazon possible glitches. All you have to do is go to fulltimefba.com/sellercentraltips, enter your name and email, and I will email this to you. You'll also be added to my newsletter to make sure you get all of our newsletter updates of blog posts, videos, YouTube things, podcasts, stuff like that. So be sure to do that. I'll also throw in, if you are a newbie, an Amazon seller acronym sheet that has a breakdown of all the main Amazon acronyms, so you can know what LTSF is. Hopefully by now you know what FBA is, but there's a lot of other ones. ASP and a lot of other things that you need to know. This will help you kind of know the lingo and know what people are talking about, especially online and like Facebook groups. So want you to have this, so be sure to take a screenshot of this or write down this link because I'm about to go to the next slide. But I want to give this for you. By showing up today, I want you to walk home with something for free on top of the content that we are going to talk about tonight. At the end of the presentation, we are going to do a Q&A. We're going to also have a big giveaway at the end of the presentation. So let's jump into the content. So what is a replen? Hopefully you know what a replen is. If not, I'll give you a quick little refresher about what a replen is, because a lot of people think they know what it is, but they might not know for sure what it is. So a replen, just to know, the definition, it's short for replenishable. It's an inventory item that is replenishable. And what does replenishable mean? Well, you look up the word in the dictionary, it says to make full or complete again by supplying what has been used or lacking. So it is replenishing. You know, you got Gatorade that replenishes your bodily fluids and electrolytes and stuff, and water replenishes the water in your system to make sure that you are healthy and hydrated. So replenishable, something has been used up and you are replenishing it. And so it's, to become nourished or become full again. That's what replenishable means. Also, you think about not just drinking water, but you think about food. You are nourishing. The better food that you get, the more nourished you are going to be. It's very similar with Amazon. The better inventory you have, the more results you're going to have in your Amazon business. And the final definition of replenishable: to fill or make complete again, to add new stock to your supply to. So, like you got, moisturizing lotion helps your skin become complete again. And if you are an Amazon FBA seller, if you have inventory that goes out of stock, you're able to go restock it really easily, replenish it. So when we are talking about a reseller's replen definition, let's take a look at that. It's an inventory item you can easily restock before your item's stock level is depleted. Now, how would you like that? What if every inventory item you send to Amazon, you know exactly where to go back and find more of that particular item and restock it, replenish your inventory? It's totally possible. It is available. It takes a little bit more hard work, but it's those who actually put in that hard work that are going to find success. We'll talk about how to find that, how to focus on that, and how to find success with that as we go on in this webinar. So another replen definition: it's an inventory item that you can find again and again to sell again and again. And most people, when they first start out selling on Amazon, they'll find some items maybe in a clearance aisle or garage sale or thrift store or whatever. They're never going to find that item to sell again after they sell out. But replens are items that you can buy and you still know where to restock your inventory. So you're able to send inventory to Amazon, maybe like a month's supply of inventory. And I can show you how to know what a month's supply is of an inventory and how much to buy, how much to make sure you're not going too deep by buying too many, or you're buying too low and not buying enough. You want to find that sweet spot. and you can see it sell out on Amazon. And when your stock levels get low, you just replenish your inventory. It's totally possible, and I've cracked the code and I want to share it with you. So imagine for yourself, if you have a profitable body lotion that you are selling on Amazon, and you know how to find it, you know how to buy it, you send it to Amazon, it starts to sell, and when your stock levels go low, you replenish your inventory by buying it again and sending it to Amazon, and you have that cycle, that pattern that goes on. I buy some, I sell some, I go buy more, I sell more, I buy more, I sell more. Maybe with a toy, maybe there's a toy that you can have and find that you can purchase, that you can send to Amazon, it sells, you go buy more, it sells. This works with grocery items too. I mean, especially grocery items are awesome because these are inventory items that people actually consume. So they buy a box of cereal, or more likely, maybe a 2-pack or a 4-pack or a variation pack of cereal boxes. What happens? They eat it up. It's gone. They don't have it anymore. If they want to eat more, they need to go buy more. So you can do the same thing with grocery items. Finding grocery items, you buy it, you sell it, you start selling out, you buy more, you send more to Amazon, you keep selling it. This even works with shoes. We have some replens in our Amazon business that are shoes that are selling so good and so popular that we sell. In fact, in 2020, two of our top 5 replens were shoes. And so we were able to buy this particular pair of shoes and sell it, and it sells out. And so we send in more inventory. So replens are awesome and amazing and can really transform your Amazon FBA business. Because if you're frustrated not knowing where your next inventory haul is going to come from, then this webinar is for you. If you are frustrated because when you go outsourcing, you're like, I hope I find something today, this webinar is for you. Because once you start to get a steady set of replens, once you start getting into the groove with focusing on replens, then you already know where to go get them, you know where to find them, and you can continually replenish your inventory. Replens are powerful, and they are exactly what you need to finally make a full-time income on Amazon. I mean, yeah, you can only go so far, buying one-offs here and there. You can only go so far by finding stuff on sale or buy one get one free or all these other types of times where inventory is temporarily priced low enough, but that doesn't last forever. But replens, well, they don't last forever either, but some last a long time. I have replens in my inventory that I've been able to replenish for over 5 years, that I continually buy and restock every single month on Amazon. And you can do that too. Let me tell you how I first discovered replens. So in 2011, I started selling on Amazon. I was a single dad of 4 kids, trying to find a way to make some good money off of Amazon and be able to support myself and my 4 kids. And I was focusing on garage sales, thrift stores, retail clearance. A lot of what you might have started with your Amazon business, focusing on reselling stuff from garage sales, because man, you can get really great ROI. Thrift stores, again, you can buy it really cheap and sell it for really good money on Amazon, especially books. Retail clearance, man, sometimes the clearance stuff is so good that I'm getting like 300% ROI, but I wasn't able to like really duplicate that success. I always had to keep waiting for the next clearance sale. I always had to keep waiting for the newest stuff to show up in a thrift store, and it took so much time and energy. And unless you're like outsourcing and training others to do this type of sourcing for you, it's really not sustainable. It's not scalable. You're not able to really do that. But replens can be scalable and helps bring sustainable. But back then, 2011, single dad, 4 kids. Look at how little they are and how cute they are in their Santa hats and stuff. I was able to make work. I was able to make some good money selling on Amazon. But man, it was exhausting because I was focusing on the low-hanging fruit. I was focusing on the easy to find stuff. What I was doing was focusing on the low-hanging fruit. And if you've never heard of that term before, low-hanging fruit, it's the easy fruit. So you got this big tree, that's this big tall tree. What's the easiest fruit to get? The low-hanging fruit that's just like right at arm's level. You can grab the fruit at low-hanging, areas. But you know what? It takes a little bit more work to get the higher hanging fruit. And it takes a ladder. It takes balance. It takes patience. You got to find the right kind of ladder. You need to have the right kind of tools to be able to get the higher fruit. And because the low hanging fruit is so easy, that's what most people start on. And because most people want easy. I mean, we're humans. Our nature is to go with what's easiest. But easy does not bring long-term results. Hard work and dedication is what brings the results that we're looking for. And so I want to help you with that. I want to help you find success. So 2011, I'm focusing on the low-hanging fruit. In 2013, I married my wife Rebecca. She became an incredible stepmom to my 4 boys. See there, they're getting a little bit bigger. 2013, we got married. 2013, we launched the full-time FBA blog. And Rebecca and I have been teaching people ever since then how to make a full-time income with part-time hours. And replens have been a huge answer, because before replens, I just realized that this whole garage sale, thrift store, retail clearance, finding stuff on sale, buying stuff for liquidation, um, getting these temporary inventory opportunities, it was not sustainable for me at all. It was just not sustainable at all. And so I needed to find inventory that I can buy again and again to sell on Amazon. I need an inventory that I can um, be able to really get some momentum going, because I never found that momentum. Because every time I was like, all right, I'm going to go source for inventory. Wish me luck. I didn't know if I was going to find anything. I was, sometimes went out there. I just was crossing my fingers. I hope I'm gonna fill up my car today, find an inventory. I hope I'm gonna feel like my time is worth all the time and effort that I'm putting into it. And so what happened was in 2015, I accidentally discovered replenishables. Now the term replens and replenishables, it's been around for a long time, but I didn't discover it until 2015. And here's the story of how I discovered my very first replen. Um, I was outsourcing, and I do what I always did back then. I went straight for the clearance aisle, because clearance, it means lower prices, higher ROI. Now, is everything in a clearance aisle going to be profitable? No. So you take the time, you scan the stuff, you even take these cool little price checkers on the column to double check the prices, because sometimes clearance prices are even cheaper than what they're labeled, and so you want to double check those prices. But I found, when I was outsourcing, this plush singing Mickey Mouse toy. And I was like, oh my gosh, Mickey Mouse, Disney, that's gonna be good. But I looked around on it, and I was like, um, I couldn't find the price. Well, I took my phone, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna scan the barcode, and let me see. I'm like, oh, this is selling for really good. It has a really good sales rank. And so, you know, I think it was selling for like $45 on Amazon, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. $45 on Amazon. Sales rank is really good. It's in the clearance aisle. So I take that toy over to the little barcode scanner, and I scan it, and it said $16.98. And I was like, wait, is this a clearance price? So I went to the very next aisle, which was the aisle that had a lot of the younger kids' toys, like toddler toys, and I found about 8 or 9 Mickey Mouses on the regular price shelf. Sure enough, yeah, it was priced about $15, $16. But guess what? For $15 or $16, if it's selling Amazon for 45, that's still almost, after fees, doubling my money still. So I was able to not just buy one in a clearance aisle, I was able to go to the regular price aisle and totally clear the shelf of this Mickey Mouse plush toy. And then my gears just really started going, and I was like, wait a minute. Um, I could go to other Walmarts and get more of these. And so that's what I did. In fact, I still have I still have one of these with me. I've bought so many of these all over Texas, actually. From in between, if there was a Walmart in Houston, Austin, San Antonio, Fort Worth, Dallas, Arlington, anywhere in between, I probably cleared it of this particular toy. And so here is us even on Thanksgiving. We stopped at a Walmart in the middle of nowhere on Thanksgiving, and like you got some of our suitcases under here. You got my kids' French horn over here in the corner, and then I've got all these different types of stuff that I got at Walmart. Just picking up all these, so all these circled ones are the Mickey Mouses inside the bag, and so Drew, my son, who's a big help also, and I wish I could zoom in. I've got Rebecca in the passenger seat, like, take the picture, get in the car, let's go home. Like, what are you doing? You've already been in there. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like money. I'm finding money everywhere, and so this Mickey Mouse really made us some good money, and so Drew helped me bring in all the Mickey Mouses into our office, and he stacked them up. He helped me polybag them. We sent them off to Amazon, and we rode this Mickey Mouse hot diggity dog replen for over 2 years. I was able to buy them at so many Walmarts, stock up for Q4, sold a ton of them all throughout the year, and it was amazing. And so it was a fun time. I mean, and so my gears just started turning, and I was like, oh my gosh, if I found this one, I wonder if I can find some more. Not just of Mickey, but of other types of replens. I wonder if there's other toy replens I can find, or other home and kitchen replens, or baby category replens, and then the list went on. So this little Mickey Mouse really transformed my Amazon business, because I just started thinking, what other kind of replens could I find? What other kind of items can I find that I can buy multiples of, that I could sell for a really nice profit and have it last a long time? I mean, this replen lasted for about 2 years. For about 2.5 years, actually, I was able to buy this Mickey Mouse over and over again, all throughout Texas at different Walmarts, even other stores that I was finding this particular toy. And it was awesome. It was an amazing opportunity when we stocked up for Q4 with this little booger, and it was awesome. So we sold thousands and thousands of this Mickey Mouse item. And guess what? Resellers were just walking by it without having any clue that it was a potentially a profitable item that you could sell month after month all year long. So how did replens transform my Amazon business? I'll walk you through how that happened. So once I've discovered replens, I stopped sourcing at garage sales and thrift stores. I stopped going to garage sales and thrift stores. I still miss it. From time to time, I'll go to a garage sale just for the fun of it, or a thrift store for the fun of it. But I stopped spending my bulk of my time in garage sales and thrift stores or clearance aisles. I only source clearance aisles when I have extra time. Most of the time, I'm focused on replens, 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 and only source those clearance items when I've got a little extra time. My main focus is buying items that I know will sell over and over again. And there's a way that you can actually know. In fact, I can show you the exact step-by-step process of how to know that you can find replens that will sell over and over again, retain its profitability, and I'll show you how you can learn how to know that for yourself. So these are the items that I source. These are the ways that I source, the strategies that I use when I'm sourcing and finding replens. I'm able to do it with retail arbitrage. I'm able to do it with online arbitrage, and I'm able to do it with wholesale. All three of those strategies, I'm able to find replens on a consistent basis that lasts for months, sometimes years, sometimes like one of my best replens I've had for over 5 years, that I've been selling the exact same item month by month all year long. And you can find those too. So today, guess what? We're able to make a full-time income because we mainly focus on sourcing replenishable items that we can find and easily restock, send to Amazon, and see that success, see those profits. And here's a picture of my family today. See, my boys are huge now. My oldest is grown, and so here's this family that has grown up watching me sell all these replens, and it's been a great opportunity. So what can be a replen? Well, a replen can really be almost anything. Almost anything can be a replen. You can find replens in every Amazon category. There are replens to be found in every Amazon category. So whatever categories you're most comfortable with, expand. You'll be able to find replens in your favorite categories and other categories as well. You can find replens in every size, shape, and weight. So there's replens in the small and light program. There's replens for standard size items. There's replens for oversized items. There's replens for all different types of shapes and sizes. So a replen can be anything, and you can find replens, again, retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, and wholesale sourcing. A lot of times people hear replens and they think, okay, that's good for wholesale because you're buying it at wholesale prices and you're able to sell it on Amazon and get it cheaper for than most people. But yes, wholesale is a great opportunity, but you can find items via retail arbitrage and online arbitrage. We'll break it down a little bit later on where you can do that. But find them via retail arbitrage and online arbitrage to sell again and again, month by month, year after year. A replay, a replay, a replen can be almost anything. Almost anything. I mean, seriously, anything has the potential to be a replen if it follows a particular set of guidelines, and I can show you how to know exactly which guidelines they are. So why should you focus on replens? Well, hopefully by now you're already sold, but if you're not yet, this is why. I mean, replens, you stop just sourcing those one-off items. Yeah, one-off items are fun because you're able to find a really good item and a really good ROI, and you find a plush toy and you're able to make $5 off of that one time. That's pretty cool. But it could be so much better than that. I mean, you find a Rice Krispie treat item in a grocery item and you find it once and you make $10 off of it one time. That's kind of fun. Or you find a pair of shoes that you get at a really good price and you sell that on Amazon one time and you make $20. But it can be so much better because when you focus on replens, you are no longer focusing on these one-off items. With replens, it's easier to go deep, so you can buy when you find the replens and use the methods that I can show you, you can find multiple items. So you're going deep on this Pluto plush toy, and you are able to find more items to resell. You're able to go deep on this particular grocery item because you're making some good money off of it. You're able to find ways that you can continually replenish your stock of the pair of shoes. And so that leads to, from the more items that you can resell, it leads to easier profits, more profits that exponentially multiply because you are selling multiples. You're going deep. You have a much easier and predictable cash flow because that you're selling those multiples. You're making that. I mean, doesn't this just look awesome on the screen? I mean, you're seeing what it looks like. Better than just selling one toy, one grocery item, one pair of shoes for 5 here, 10 here, 20 there. No, you're going deep. You're selling 20 plush toys a month. You're selling 15 of this grocery items a month. You're selling 30 of this pair of shoes every month. Or and it just multiplies. So it's amazing, which helps bring finally some stability to your Amazon business. It's more predictable income. You're finally able to go deep on this and have that business stability. Another thing, and I can show you how to do this or how to learn how to do this, it's easier to outsource. I mean, replens is easy to outsource. I mean, if you go to one store, say you go to a Walgreens and you find 4 replens, that's awesome. Guess what? Most cities have multiple Walgreens in them. So you can outsource. You can have a trusted friend or a college student, or you can go to different websites to hire people to do short-term jobs like this where you can have them go to all the other Walgreens in town and pick up all of the items that you want. You can figure out how to send in a month's supply of inventory to sell on Amazon of a particular item, and you can say, hey, go to all the Walgreens and buy 30 more of this or buy 50 more of this, and you're outsourcing it. So someone else is doing the job of going to get all of those items for you while you are focused on finding more replen leads, and that's how you ramp up your replen business, to be able to find more and have other people get it for you. Or you can just like order online. Say you find something online and you can order it online and have it shipped to you, or you can order it online and have a store pickup and have outsource someone picking up those items for you and picking them up from the store and bringing them to you. Or the possibilities of outsourcing is endless. But replens, the main reason, long-term stable success. And I look forward to showing you more about this. So where do you find these replens? Where do you find those replens? So that's a really good question. Do you find them in clearance aisles? No, you're not going to find them in a clearance aisle. Clearance aisles means they're trying to clear the shelf of the item because they're not going to restock it. So clearance aisles, no. You know, you're not going to find replens in clearance aisles. Are you going to find them in garage sales or thrift stores? No, you're not going to be able to buy multiple items on a monthly basis to send in to Amazon. No. What about estate sales? No. I guess you're getting the idea. Where do you not find replens? Obviously, but there's times, a lot of times we get emails about items that are on sale. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one half off. Or a short time 50% off sale or something like that. You're not going to find replens because these sales don't last forever. These sales are very temporary, and it does not give you the opportunity to replenish on a monthly basis all year long. So sale items, no. Liquidation lots, no, you're not going to find replens. So where can you find these replens? Well, I'm glad you asked, and I'll finally answer the question. You're probably like, get to the answer. So where can I find replens? Anywhere items are being sold at regular price. Most people, when they go outsourcing, they look at the clearance aisle. That's like the very first place that they go. Right now, that's the very last place that I go. If I have extra time, I will go look at the clearance aisle. I will walk through, see if something stands out to me, scan it to see if I can make some short-term money off of that, because that's what clearance items are. It's short-term profits. Replens are long-term profits. And the place that you find them are aisles in a store with items at regular price. And it's strange because we don't think that, wait, there's something that's priced at a Target at regular price at Target that's selling on Amazon for at least 3 times that much, so that after fees I'm able to make some good money. Yes, not every place in the world has a Target. And so since Amazon is, connected to the world, people can go to Amazon and order their item that you purchased from Target at regular price, but they want it so much, or they have a need for it, or they can't find it anywhere locally. So it's worth it to them to pay twice as much, 3 times as much, 4 times as much to buy it from Amazon. And every single day, resellers are just walking by these regular priced aisles, walking past all these potential replens that could really revolutionize their Amazon business. So when it comes to the sourcing strategies, I've mentioned this before, I can find replens with retail arbitrage. I can grab a cart, I can go into a store, and I take the time that's necessary, and I can find replens via retail arbitrage. I can find replens via online arbitrage. I can go in to my computer at the comfort of my home, get into online arbitrage, look at these online stores, and find replens that I can sell, again, on a monthly basis all year long. And then wholesale, obviously, you're getting it at a really great price if you have a wholesale relationship with a brand to buy their items at a low price that are selling on Amazon all year long. So these sourcing strategies are how I do it, and I'd love the opportunity to teach you how to do this. So that leads to this question: if replens are so awesome and the benefits are so huge, and that it's a strategy that finally brings stability and long-term success, why doesn't everyone focus on replens? Why doesn't everybody do this? Here is why everyone does not focus on replens. Let's take a look at the clearance aisle sourcing strategy. If you go to a clearance aisle, it's possible for you to load up a shopping cart filled with inventory. Again, short-term profits, because you're buying one-off items that you're not going to be able to find again. And sometimes even a clearance aisle is kind of iffy, because if it's on a clearance aisle at your store, if it's a nationwide change, it's very likely that it's on the clearance aisle of every store of that chain nationwide. So it's very likely that even though you're buying it at a really low price, the market's going to flood with inventory because other resellers are sourcing at the clearance aisle, and the supply is going to go up. And if the demand does not meet that supply, the prices are going to tank. So clearance aisles give you a short-term fix, a short-term dopamine hit. It's fun. I love sourcing clearance aisles. I love filling up a cart from a clearance aisle, but you're just getting one item here, one item there. Replens, on the other hand, are something that brings consistent inventory. So which would you rather go do? Source clearance aisle and get 30 items that or you can sell one time? Or would you rather go to a regular price aisle and find 2 replens that you can sell month by month all year long? I mean, to me, that choice is obvious. All right, let's talk about garage sales. Garage sales and thrift stores give you amazing ROI, 500% ROI. I've been to a garage sale before where I bought a book for $1 and sold it for $50. I bought a board game for $2 and sold it for $300. I mean, sometimes garage sales give you really great ROI, but it's always hit or miss. Sometimes you can find some good stuff, sometimes you don't. You're only going to get one item from these locations, garage sales, thrift stores. You're not going to be able to go back and restock that item. And what's the most important part of an Amazon seller's business? Their inventory. You want to have good quality inventory that sells on a consistent basis. Replens provide that consistent inventory. So why doesn't everyone focus on replens? Because low-hanging fruit feels good in the short term. Like I said before, clearance aisles, garage sales, sale items, these are low-hanging fruit. And what is low-hanging fruit? I mean, it's the bottom fruit of the tree. The stuff that's easy to pick, it's within arm's reach. You grab that low-hanging fruit and you're able to move on, but you're missing out a whole tree full of profitable items. Low-hanging fruit, you're only getting leftover inventory when it comes to low-hanging fruit. And it's not something that is sustainable, but replens provide consistent inventory. I hope you're seeing a trend here. Replens provide consistent inventory. Replens provide consistent inventory. Replens provide consistent inventory. Clearance aisles don't give you that, but it feels good in the short term. Garage sales don't give you consistent inventory, but it's nice to find an item that you can quadruple your money on. Low-hanging fruit, it's easy. And most of us, our human nature tends to go to what's easy automatically. But we can retrain our brain, and I can even show you how you can retrain your brain to put in the hard work to find long-term success. Because at the beginning, when you're first finding your replens, yeah, it takes a little bit of time to get your replen business ramped up because you're finding replens. It's a little bit longer to find replens. But once you find one replen, then you've got a consistent inventory source that you can sell month by month all year long. And then you find another one and another one and another one. And it's like a snowball that just gets momentum and gets huge and totally helps you increase your profits because these replens are providing consistent inventory. So let's take a look at that low-hanging fruit illustration. The whole idea of low-hanging fruit is pretty interesting. Again, so you have this tree. Most people are ignoring the top part of the tree. The top part of the tree is the regular price aisles. The top part of the tree are the wholesale relationships that you can get to find items at low prices. And you see right here, this low-hanging fruit, we're going to call this an apple tree. I'm assuming it's an apple. So I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 apples. Oh no, there's 5 apples. I can see 5 apples. If you can see more, it's probably because I'm colorblind and I have a hard time seeing reds within greens and browns. But low-hanging fruit, this is what we think of what to expect when we go to a clearance aisle. But what we actually get, low-hanging fruit, the clearance aisles, it's the leftover inventory. Most of the time when we get to a clearance aisle, if you're not the very first person, very first reseller to hit the clearance aisle when the items go on sale in the clearance section, then you're just getting the leftovers. You're getting either the items that did not fit the parameters of other resellers that fit yours, or maybe there's items that you're approved to sell on Amazon that other people aren't, so they left it behind. Or maybe a person just made an assumption that wasn't going to be profitable and then left it there for you. So yeah, you'll still find stuff in a clearance aisle, but what you're going to find is very, very limited. It's the leftover. So again, it's easy, and you can spend all day going to every single clearance aisle in town, and you do okay. But again, it's short term. The next time you go out to source for inventory, you think to yourself, man, I hope I find some good stuff today. I hope I have a good day. But with replens, you know that you can find stuff to sell all year long, month by month. So when you're focusing on replens, you get the whole tree. You get a whole tree, and the whole tree is something that will provide you with consistent replens. Yeah, there's times where, replens might not be as consistent as others, but you can find some really good stuff that way. So if you are ready to revolutionize your Amazon business, it is time to focus and pivot to looking at replens. A lot of times people think replens happens by accident. I accidentally found that this Mickey Mouse plush, but I started to realize if I can find this Mickey Mouse plush in a regular price aisle that's making some really good money, what other items in a regular price aisle? There's strategies that you can use to find replens, to start ramping up your replen business and having items that are sold on Amazon month by month all year long. So why doesn't everyone focus on replens? Replens require more patience. They do. Again, it's a long-term plan. Clearance aisles, garage sales give you short-term profits, but you can't go very deep. Replens require patience. It takes a little longer to find them, but when you find them, the outcome is gold. I mean, it is money in your pocket on a monthly basis all year long. So replens are the way to make a sustainable Amazon business, but it requires patience. It requires a long-term mindset. Mindset is really important when it comes to replens because when we first start selling on Amazon and we're focused on clearance aisles or garage sales or thrift stores or sale items, we kind of train our mind to expect that. And so I can show you how to transition your mindset to having a more of a long-term mindset that you realize that your time and effort is rewarded exponentially with the profits that you make from replens. Replens, they do require a long-term mindset. Replens require hard work. Again, low-hanging fruit, it's easy. And again, our nature tends to lean towards easy, but hard work is rewarded. Hard work is not wasted when it comes to finding replens, and I can show you how to do that. If you want that tree, you want that replen tree that continually provides you with profits all year long, and you plant one tree of one plush toy that you're able to find that provides amazing profits all year long. And then you have another tree that's a grocery item, and another tree that's a pair of shoes, and another tree that's a home and a kitchen type of item, and another. Well, it's just like you can start to have this huge orchard of money trees that are made because you are focusing on replens. So coming up in just a second, we have Q&A and a giveaway that's coming up very soon. But first, I want to show you how I can help you find success with replens. We just launched a course. Full-Time FBA just launched a course called The Reseller's Guide to Replenishables. Find profitable Amazon inventory to sell again and again. We are launching this course. This is the best price that the course is out right now, and there's a coupon code even for you for a launch special. So the course is a 3.5-hour video course, almost 100-page ebook outlining everything that we know about replens, what you need to expect, how to find them, what criteria you need to be looking for, how to know if an item is a confirmed replen, because there is a proven method that will show you that you can be confirmed and have the confidence that the item that you are sourcing is going to be a consistent replen. There's also 5 bonuses at no additional charge. We'll get into the bonuses in just a second. I'll tell you what those bonuses are. But in this course, Rebecca and I share with you multiple proven strategies, sourcing strategies to find replens via retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, wholesale, multiple strategies within each section. And it will help you because this course also walks you through lots of ways to outsource your replens, outsourcing your replen management, outsourcing your replen restocking, outsourcing your replen prep and ship, outsourcing your replen finding even. So lots of ways that you can save time and money by outsourcing your replen business so that you can focus on finding more replens. I mean, you can even train someone who can also find more replens for you. We walk you through that in this course. The cool thing about all of our courses at Full-Time FBA, they all include lifetime ownership, which means one purchase, one time, lifetime ownership, which means when we update this course in a couple years with new stuff that we've learned, or we add new bonuses, add new videos, add new chapters, you get it for free. Purchase one time, lifetime ownership, full updates for the rest of your life. So that's a huge deal. I mean, there's a course that we came out with 5 or 6 years ago that we launched at $57. The course is now $147, but the person who bought it at $57, they have lifetime updates for free and all the new bonuses for free. So that's what you get with this course, as with all the other courses from Full-Time FBA. And there's a 60-day money-back guarantee, so that's plenty of time. The industry standard is a 30-day money-back guarantee, but you get 60 days to go through the course, put it into action, and if you want your money back for whatever reason, no questions asked, just let me know. The link to find this, fulltimefba.com/replens, is where you can find the course and use the coupon code REPLEN30. That will save you $30 off the course, the Reseller's Guide to Replens, the video course, the book. The cool thing is you don't have to do the video course and the book. You can if you want to, but the content in the video course and the content in the book, it's the same content. So you can choose how you want to learn it. If you are a reader, you want to read it, print out the book and underline stuff, circle stuff, you can do that. If you want to just watch the videos, you can do that. If you want to just listen to the audio of the videos, maybe have it on in the background while you're working out, doing or going for a run or sourcing inventory, you can have it in your ear, just playing that video and listen to the audio. A lot of different ways that you can take this course and find a success. So let me break through some of these bonuses. The Replen course bonuses. Bonus number 1, the failure-proof Replen success strategy video. I walk you through why people fail with replens and why people succeed so that you can choose the path that leads to success. And so this is a failure proof. If you follow what this video says, then you are going to succeed. And that's a big promise, but I promise that to you. So that's the first bonus video. The second bonus video, how many replens do I buy? I mean, with the whole thing of IPI scores, if you don't have a high enough IPI score, not being able to have unlimited storage on Amazon, and Amazon limiting some seller storage, you want to know how many replens do I buy. I don't want to buy too many, and not and wait and use some of my space that I could be used for other items that are selling on Amazon. And I also don't want to buy too little. So I want to make sure I buy the right amount. I don't want to go too deep and put too much money into inventory that doesn't sell as fast as I think. And I don't want to go too shallow and sell out before I have a chance to like restock and replenish my inventory. So how many replens do I buy? I walk you through the step-by-step process of knowing exactly how to know how to, because what I suggest is send in a month's supply. Send in a month's supply at first when you're working with replens. As you get more comfortable, you can start to send in a 2-month supply of those replens and start to ramp up. But so I have to walk you through how you can know what a month's supply is, because there is a calculation of how to figure that out. The third bonus, confirmed replens walkthrough video. I basically record my screen, do an online arbitrage, which with what I teach you also can be used with wholesale and retail arbitrage sourcing. But I walk you through my thought process. I show you an Amazon product that's selling and why it's a confirmed replen. I show you how that you can see that there is an item that is not going to tank in price, that it's going to continually have consistent sales, and it's a confirmed replen. So I walk you through that in that video. I also have a spreadsheet that is perfect for beginners with replens. It's a replen management spreadsheet, so you can have all the information about your replens in this spreadsheet, what it is, the link to Amazon, where you bought it from, how many you want to buy. You can even take this replen spreadsheet and give it to a shopper that you've outsourced this to and say, hey, buy all the items that I've highlighted in yellow and look at the column that says how many to buy. So, so it's a replen management spreadsheet that will help you. And then also there's a bonus of 131 replen ideas worksheet. I could come up with 1,000 of replen ideas, but I gave you 131 of ideas to get your mind out of its comfort zone. A lot of times Amazon sellers, we always go to the same sections of the store. We always go to our comfort zones. We always go to where we found success before. And this spreadsheet will help get you out of that comfort zone and get you into a place where you're seeing replens everywhere. Because a lot of times we just walk right past the replens on our way to our comfort zone. And this will help get you out of that comfort zone and find more replens. And then finally, any bonus ever added in the future, like I said, if you purchase this course, you get enrolled in the lifetime ownership program. So any future bonus that we add, you get it for free. When I come up with a new bonus or update the course, I always email everybody who has purchased the course in the past and say, hey, we just added a new bonus. Here's the link. Or, hey, we just updated the PDF book. Here's the link. And you always get the updated information when we update it. So fulltimefba.com/replens is where to get these bonuses along with the course. So the Reseller's Guide to Replenishables, you can know the formula. for successfully finding profitable replens that can sell on a predictable and consistent basis. Doesn't that just sound awesome? Predictable and consistent basis of sales. I mean, it's possible. I found it. That's what I built my full-time income on. You can learn the framework to build a seamless replen workflow that works best for you. Everyone is in their own kind of situation in life. You can make replens work for you in your situation. You can discover how to average hundreds of dollars of replen sourcing profits every day. Every day, hundreds every day. That sounds awesome. You can learn the costly mistakes that Rebecca and I made early on and how to avoid them. I mean, we've discovered replens, over 5 or 6 years ago, maybe even longer than that. And we've made a lot of mistakes early on with replens. We've gone too deep on some items. We've gone too shallow. We've bought items that never sold that we thought. So we made a lot of mistakes. We want to help you avoid that. So we walk you through that in this course. You can also discover how to price replens so that you can not only get faster sales, but bigger profits. So this is an awesome part of our course because, yeah, faster sales and bigger profits, that is amazing. And it's totally doable, and I'll show you how to do that. And you can become an expert in multiple replen sourcing strategies. So that if one strategy ends up going through a short dry spell, man, you can pivot to other strategies as well. So fulltimefba.com/replens. This, what I have on screen, is just scratching the surface of what is in this 3.5-hour video course, almost 100-page ebook walking you through. So I want to do a quick giveaway. I want to give away a copy of this course. Just know if you are ever learn about a webinar that we're putting on, I always send it out to my email newsletter, fulltimefba.com. Get on the newsletter. You'll hear about all of our upcoming blog posts, webinars, and things. And on live webinars, I almost always give away something, whether it's cash or digital courses. So if you want to win some stuff, show up to our live webinars. I'm going to give away this course. I'm going to give it away to, I'm just going to pick someone random who has showed up here live. So James Mason. So James Mason, congratulations. Just reach out to me, fulltimefba.com/contact, and let me know, and I will show you exactly how you can get this course. So we're going to do some Q&A. We got some really great questions that we're going to look through, and I'll answer these questions, and it'll be really, really awesome. So again, before I get the Q&A, Reseller's Guide to Replenishables, it is here for you. The link is fulltimefba.com/replens, and use that coupon code replen30 to save $30 off. This is a launch special. There will never be a lower price of this course because next time we update the course, we're going to raise the price. So make sure you take advantage of the price of the course is now, plus this coupon code to save big today. All right, we're going to get into questions now. I'm going to look over on my screen over here because this is where the questions are, and we'll try to answer as many questions as you got today. All right, so Amy says, can you talk a little bit about how you maneuver online stores that don't want to sell multiple items to purchase? This is an interesting question because, yeah, there are some online stores that will limit your purchase levels, whether they will say, limit 10 per customer or whatever, or sometimes they don't even say it. But if you make a big enough order, these online stores will, cancel your order. And they do it for a few reasons. Sometimes they think it's because of credit card fraud, that no normal person would buy this much of a particular item. Not realizing that resellers are out there that do this. Other times there's stores that don't like resellers. So this is what we do. And just know this situation is very rare. Most stores love taking your money. They love sending you their inventory, and they don't care what you do with it afterward. But there are a very few stores that have a problem with it. So what I do is, I find out, okay, how many I want to buy. And so I will buy that amount from the online store. And if the order gets canceled, I'll cut that order in half. And I'll try to buy it then and see what happens. And if it goes through, great. Then I know that that's the type of level that I need to purchase these items at. But if that one gets canceled too, then I'll cut it in half again. And I keep going until finally the order goes through, because it's basically an algorithm that's doing this. There's not an actual person who's deciding, cancel this person's order. No, it's an algorithm that's doing it. So you find out what that algorithm is, and you find the level that finally works. And then once you get the notification that that order has been shipped, then you can go in and purchase more at that same lower number. So you're still able to send stuff into Amazon. It'll be lower levels of inventory, but you know what? Here's the thing. if you look at the whole store, you might find multiples that you just need to, buy smaller levels of, but you're still able to have a really good order. So it's just something that you need to work through, but it's a totally rare situation. In fact, I can only think of it happening at like one or two stores that I can think of, that does this. But this actually is a good situation, because if you know about Amazon and their IPI score, one of the things that they really like is that you send in inventory that sells quickly. So if you buy a low level of inventory amounts, and send it to Amazon, and then 2 weeks later you send in another low level amount of inventory, they love that. They love inventory coming in as quickly as it goes out. And so that's why I tell people stocking up for like a month's supply, because you don't want to like put too much inventory into Amazon. That if you have inventory that sits in Amazon too long, then that starts to raise your IPI score, and that causes negative impact on your storage rates if you don't have an inventory index score high enough to get unlimited inventory. So we go all into this into the course, but it's really good just focusing on a month's supply of inventory. So that's how you deal with online stores that might want to limit your purchase availability or amounts in quantity. All right, next question. Axel says, does this work for online arbitrage only? Which business model is best for replens? RA, OA, wholesale? So, and I can even see the next question from Bambing, is replens viable without wholesale? So I know replens make sense to a lot of people with wholesale, but it makes just as much sense with retail arbitrage and online arbitrage. It's totally possible if you want to just focus on retail arbitrage completely, you can do that. If you want to focus on online arbitrage completely, you can do that. Wholesale completely, you can do that. It's good to have a good balance. I mean, multiple income streams are a smart way and a wise way to run a business, but it's totally possible just to focus on one. But if you find success in one, then you'll probably be able to find success in one of the others. And so I'll walk you through in the course how to focus on each one and how each one requires its own individual sourcing strategy. I mean, we have a whole chapter on retail arbitrage replens, a whole chapter or video on online arbitrage replens, and a whole video or chapter on wholesale replens. So I'll walk you through how to be able to do all of those. Gary says, I understand with wholesale, I get invoices, but with retail arbitrage and online arbitrage, what happens when Amazon asks for invoices? So there's two ways to answer this question. There's a lot of misconception about Amazon and invoices. If Amazon asks you for an invoice to prove authenticity of the item that you're selling, you can provide the retail receipts, the online arbitrage receipts. Amazon will accept a receipt when it comes to proving authenticity. So if authenticity is what you're worried about Amazon asking for invoices, you don't need to worry about that with retail arbitrage or online arbitrage. You can give them receipts. Now, when it comes to ungating and getting approved to sell a brand, and Amazon asks for invoices, then that is when wholesale is the option to get those invoices. You cannot get an invoice from a brand buying retail or online arbitrage. But that's just if an item is restricted and you're not able to sell it yet. Here's my big tip on selling restricted items. Anytime you ever get you find an item and you're like, oh, I really want to sell this. Oh, I'm restricted. Do not move on. There's still more steps to take. Apply right then and there to get approval. You might have seller metrics that will gain you auto approval if you apply right then and there. And so whatever you're doing, if you're doing retail arbitrage right there on your phone, and there's one of the things I love about Scatify, the sourcing app that I use, you can click right there within the app to check the restrictions and go to the Amazon Seller Central page, and then you can apply for that particular item, and your seller metrics might get you auto approval. Same thing if you're doing online arbitrage. If you see that you're not approved to sell a particular item, immediately go and try to get approved. Go and seek approval. Two things will happen. You'll either have seller metrics good enough to get you auto approved, or Amazon will ask for invoices. And of course, you can only get invoices direct from wholesalers, but that application will stay open in your Seller Central account. And so, like set an alarm for like 3 months later, 6 months later, you can go back and try to seek approval again. And this time your metrics might be good enough to get that auto approval. And so it helps you get more approval for more restricted brands that way. So just always ask right up front, and then set an alarm to go back in and check your open applications. Open application links can be found on the Add a Product page in Seller Central under the inventory column. So you can go and do that and get more items to sell in the future. So again, if Amazon's asking for an invoice, and if it's for an authenticity reason, then retail receipts, online arbitrage receipts will prove that authenticity. Dark says, does your replen strategy work in Canada? Yes, it does. It works with Canada. You can use the same strategies that I show you in this course in the US, in Canada, and in other countries as well. This replen strategy works if you have a way that you can purchase inventory via retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, or wholesale. You can find replens wherever you live. Elizabeth says, do you address the strategy for dealing with price tankers? I feel like I buy replenishable items and then people tank the price, so I'm scared to go too deep. So Elizabeth, this is a good question. So in the course, I show you the strategies that I use to purchase inventory that retains its price consistently and retains its sales rank consistently. So it sells on a consistent basis, the price is consistent. There is no way to 100% completely eliminate the possibility of price tanking, because there's times where the market is flooded with inventory, and so Amazon's flooded with inventory, and if that demand does not meet that supply that's going up, the price will tank naturally. That's the law of supply and demand. But I show you what to look for to find the items where the possibility of price tanking is almost zero. So it's still, it's never zero. There's always a chance, but I walk you through how to eliminate that possibility. So good question. Hannah says, how do you deal with a replen listing that was previously selling well at a fixed price, then Amazon suppressed the listing? So if Amazon is suppressing the listing, most likely it's because of a high price alert. And that can be really frustrating. High price alerts are very frustrating, especially when it's been selling well in the past. High price alerts happen for two reasons. Number one, Amazon thinks that the item will not sell at a consistent basis at your price. And so Amazon suppresses your listing. Amazon thinks your price too high. And so they will suppress that listing so you can go and correct that price, because Amazon's algorithm sees that the item will not sell at that price on a consistent basis. Now you might be saying, well, it was selling really well the month before, or the month before that. Well, things could have been different. The item might have been in season at that time. It might have been Q4 at that time. But it's what Amazon sees a lot of numbers and data that we don't see. And so their algorithm crunches all that. And so Amazon is seeing that the item that you're wanting to sell, again, it's priced too high for the demand, for the number of visitors that item is getting. So Amazon is seeing that the number of buyers compared to the number of visitors that show up on that product page is going down. And so the best way to help get more sales for that particular product is to lower the price. Usually price is the differentiator. It's the difference maker of whether a person buys an item or not on average. That's usually the number one reason. So that's the first reason. The second reason, there's a glitch. There's a glitch in Amazon, but there's a way to fix it. So let's talk about how to fix both these situations. Number one, Amazon thinks your price is too high. I think that's kind of treading the waters of price fixing, which is illegal. And so it's something that, I don't think Amazon should be doing, but they're doing it, so we have to deal with it anyway. So if Amazon is saying that their algorithm, they think that buying is going down because the prices are too high, then you look at your inventory and you decide, okay, can I lower the price and maybe the listing will be live again, and maybe I can get the buy box and sell the item. So I would start to lower my price. And if I'm able to continue to make money, great. If not, I will just lower the price so I can get that capital back. And then I realize this replen has died. It's no longer profitable, and I need to find another opportunity to sell. And hopefully by then you've got multiple opportunities, so it's not that big of a deal. So that's something that you can do. But if you notice that you're lowering your price and you're significantly lowering it and it's still being suppressed, you still have that high price alert, there's a couple other things. Maybe your min-max prices in Seller Central are causing this alert. That's one reason. And the other one might be is because it's a glitch. And so, because I don't know if you've ever experienced this, you're selling an item for like $24.99. You're selling it well on a consistent basis, and then all of a sudden, high price alert, you're priced too high, and you're like, but it was selling really well on a consistent basis. So I'm going to lower it to $21, $21.99. It's still not working. $19.99. Nope, it's still suppressed. And then you go back to the product page and you see someone else has the buy box at $24.99. You're like, wait, I was at $24.99. Why did my listing get suppressed and theirs didn't? That's really frustrating. This is a glitch in the Amazon system. So how you fix this? You return your inventory to your business, and when all the inventory is returned, then you delete that listing from your inventory. So you delete, remove that listing from your inventory. Then you send that inventory back to Amazon on a new MSKU. So same ASIN, new MSKU, because you deleted the first MSKU from your Amazon account. And a lot of times that fixes the situation. That there's something just with that MSKU. There's a glitch. There's something that triggered Amazon to say it was a high price alert, that when it should have triggered to remove the high price alert, it didn't remove that. And so again, this is another reason why I share with people, send in a month's supply. That way, if you're sending in a month's supply, if this happens to you, it's easier just to remove that month's supply, fix it, send it in on a new MSKU after deleting the first MSKU, and you're able to move on. So that's how you do that. Again, these high price alerts are rare. They rarely happen, but when they do, they're super frustrating. But there's a way to fix that. So good question. Thanks for asking that, Hannah. Gail says, do you pay sales tax at retail stores? Some I do, some I don't. Some stores make it really easy to buy as a reseller tax-free. And so the ones that are easy, I will go through the process. So if you want to look up a store online, you can go through and see what their resale or tax-free policy is, and you can see what you need to do. Like with Walmart, you just need to go in, have your resale certificate, go to customer service, let them know that you'd like a resale certificate or like a sales tax-free card, and they can hook you up with one. It's super simple. But there's other stores where it's more complicated. You have to fill out forms every time. And with the ones that are more complicated, I'll just pay the sales tax. It's more worth my time to get in and out, so I can find more replens than deal with trying to save a percentage with sales tax. So good question, Gail. George says, how long does the average replen last? So this is like a broad idea of replens. I have replens, some of them last 6 months, some of them last a year. I have replens on a consistent basis that's sold for 2 years. I've got some replens that have sold for 5 or 6 years. So, but I would say on an average basis, with what I show you in the course, a replen will sell about a year long, which means some of them will sell 6 to 9 months. Others will sell 2 to 3 years. And some of them will sell 5 years if you're doing what I show you. So an average, but still, finding an item you can sell month by month all year long is amazing. I also walk you through in this course how to discover seasonal replens, ones that sell really well when they're in season, not so well when they're out of season. So I show you how to stock up on stock before the season, and how to make sure you sell out while the season is slowing down. So I show you how to do that in the course as well. So, but yeah, average replen probably a year and a half for them to last. One other thing I forgot to mention is that in this course, I walk you through how to discover zombie replens. What's a zombie replen? A zombie replen is a replen that has been successful for you in the past, but has died off, but has become successful again. There are ways to be notified. There are ways to find these zombie replens in your Amazon business. I actually have 3 strategies to find zombie replens so that you can make more money off of items that used to be successful, but you've forgotten about it. But there's ways that you can set up your replen business to find these zombie replens, and zombie replens basically, if done right, can almost like double your profits if you just then for someone who just focuses on always finding new replens, because old dead replens, some of them come back, and some of them come back even stronger than before. So good question. Heather says, I'm new to Amazon selling. I love the replen strategy. Thank you for sharing. Absolutely. James says, do you use third-party scanners to scan for inventory? Yes, I do. So if I'm doing retail arbitrage, I will use Scoutify, which is the sourcing app that comes with Inventory Lab. When I'm doing online arbitrage, I use certain third-party tools as well when scanning, like tactical arbitrage, and there's some other tools that I use. What I do in the course is I show you how you can use free tools to find replens, and then once you're able to afford them, how to use paid tools to find replens. So you can focus on the free strategies at the beginning. Once you start getting those replens and those profits, you can add the paid tools. The paid tools cut the sourcing time exponentially, where you're able to find more replens in less time, make better sourcing decisions with those replens, have more confidence in your buying strategies with replens. But I show you both ways, the free and the paid, in the course. James asks, do I need a lot of money to start? No, you don't. So you can go at your own pace. You can go with whatever inventory funds that you have, focus on replens, and the ramping up process will be a lot slower because you're having to, you don't have more capital, but you can, it's like that snowball that starts at the top of the mountain. You can take the small amount of money, of capital that you have, and start that ball rolling. And once you start finding replens and multiple replens, it gets to be huge, and then money will not be an issue anymore. So good question. LL says, do you use a prep center? Do you recommend prep centers? Yes, I do. In the course, I walk you through also how you can find a prep center that you can outsource the whole thing with retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, and wholesale. So I'll walk you through prep centers, how to find them, give you the links to discover how to ask the right questions to find a good prep center. So good question. Michelle says, do you find more success in replens with online arbitrage or retail arbitrage? I actually find, I find them in equally. There might be one that's a little bit more, but it's so close that I really can't. We really have found the strategy to have a balanced retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, and wholesale replens, where we have like a three-legged stool that we focus on. It's taken years to kind of ramp that up, but it's awesome, and it's what we teach in this course. Nathaniel says, how many replens do you have? Good question, Nathaniel. I can't think off the top of my head, but it's hundreds, and we might be getting close to 1,000. I can't remember, but yeah, hundreds that we're selling on a monthly basis, almost all year long. Another question: what's a good profit margin on a replen? This is a really good question. Also, I think I'm saying everyone's asking really good questions, but these are good questions. So here's another mindset shift that I walk you through in this course. When you're doing clearance sales, garage sales, and stuff, you get used to like 300% ROI. You get used to 200%, 100% ROI. But if you want to really make it long-term successful in Amazon, you need to focus on finding replens that are lower ROI than you're used to, maybe 50% ROI. I have gotten to the point where I feel confident in sourcing inventory with 30% ROI, maybe 25% ROI, because I'm confident that these items will not tank in price and will be a consistent replen. And again, I'll walk you through that in the course. For you, you might feel like, oh no, I need to double my money on everything I sell. That's a mindset shift that you need to move away from, and that you need to take, so that you're finding more inventory items, because the lower ROI that you feel comfortable with, the more replens you're going to find. The more replens you find, the more items you're going to sell. The more items you're going to sell, the more money you're going to make. But it's a shift. I understand that. That's why I've got a whole chapter on finding confirmed replens and a whole bonus on finding more confirmed replens, because that's a huge part of this course. Having that confidence to know that when you buy something, it's going to be a profitable replen. And so, like, think about this. Walmart works on a 5% and under profit margin, under 5% return on investment. Now, but they're doing like big time scale. I mean, they are doing massive numbers, and so their huge quantities of stuff that they're selling is why they're able to be successful. Obviously, we cannot work as an Amazon reseller with 5% ROI. We're not doing that massive scale, that massive number of sales, but we can focus on lower ROI. So again, I'm comfortable with 30, 25%, but that doesn't mean everything is 30 and 25% ROI. I find stuff all the time, 50%, 100%, 200%, 300% ROI. That stuff is out there. It can be found, and you can find it too. All right, Ryan says, I cannot thank you enough for your time, sir. I'm excited to get the course and get at replens with like 400 exclamation points. That's awesome. So this next question, I see two people. Will this work for someone who is a newbie seller, someone with a smaller budget and smaller knowledge base? Absolutely. So this course will help you. I mean, if you have a smaller knowledge base, this course is going to give you the knowledge you need to find replens. If you have a smaller budget, then you can ramp up by finding some good replens and start that snowball to get those profits. So newbie sellers can definitely take advantage of this course to find stuff and sell it on Amazon, start ramping up your profits and find some big time success. Sarah says, thank you so much. This was a great webinar. This is a very versatile and accessible business strategy for everyone, and I'm excited to get started. Awesome. I'm glad you think so. And it's definitely what's helped our Amazon business finally make those full-time income with part-time hours. So again, the Reseller's Guide to Replenishables, this course, video course, ebook, special launch, special coupon code, replen30 is the coupon code. You can find it fulltimefba.com/replens, and you can take your Amazon business to the next level with this course. This coupon code is very limited, so go use it soon before it expires. fulltimefba.com/replens. Thank you all so much for asking questions. Like I said before, y'all asked some really good questions. We had some fun tonight, and I appreciate you. So anyway, this has been Steven Smotherman, Full-Time FBA. Go out and find some replens, get the course to help you find even more replens, and let me know of your success stories. Reach out to me. I love to hear the success stories of people who use our courses, find success, so let me know. I can't wait to hear your replen success story. Have a great day, everybody. God bless. Bye.